signature character, and this Oni player here, wow. Nobody knew him at the time. I mean, he mostly hang around arcades, and he didn't participate in any overseas tournaments. So everyone was so surprised watching him. So Fei Long was an absolute top tier back in the day, and Oni was considered low tier. Well, not really low tier, but not brought to his highest potential. So one of the biggest things that Fei Long had going on for him was his Rekka pressure. He cornered your... See, this is a one-frame link. Look, he cornered you so easily. Look at this. Like, he got out, he was lucky going out with the air Tatsu. But what happened here is, watch. Fei Long can just be on you using the EX chicken wing that beats fireballs, and he's onto you instantly. But what happened after this is that he has a one-frame link with Standing Fierce, and Fudo dropped it here because one-frame links are hard. See? So what he does is, since the first Rekka is super punishable up close, and he would have gotten punished anyway, he went for the second Rekka, because sometimes if you try to punish the first, the second one hits you as a counter it. The problem with this is, if you block the second one, there is an even bigger punish coming for you. And so he goes for the third too. And WoW is punishing him now with a super big punish. That's a punish. That forward light kick with Oni is super strong. And that's like Fudo's reactions to enter Fudo, to enter WoW easily. Nothing going on really in this match, this first round. So what happens here? Look at this situation here. Basically, this is something that also happens in Street Fighter V, because what I do with Ibuki all the time is I buffer Crouching Light Punch into Ibuki's DP, I don't remember the name. With Fei Long, it was super effective because you could do Crouching Light Punch into regular Rekka and get a huge corner carry. In this situation, Fudo punished a forward light kick. So what happened here is Fudo spaced himself in a super good way. See, this is where he was waiting for a forward light kick. And you don't even see it if you pause it. Look, he positioned himself perfectly. This is forward light range. See? And he got him, and now he's in the corner. That's why Fei Long was so strong. That crouching medium punch is plus. He's buffering to beat forward light kick. Look, did you see those crouching light punches? That's the reason why he's doing it. Again, that's why Fei Long was so strong. The control was just... Everything is plus here. Nice anti-air. I don't even know how he blocked it. How he blocked that DP. He messes up the combo here. And now that was easy chip damage. Nothing he could have done in that situation. Nothing special here, it was really just Fudo dominating the neutral. Still more forward light kicks from Oni. Dash throw is something that almost never happens in Street Fighter 4. It's so easy to check, so you really need to catch your opponent off guard. Seeing that crouching light punch buffer still doing work. Basically, Fei Long was crouching light punch, crouching medium punch, and crouching heavy punch, and focuses. So what he does here, I know you guys are familiar with Street Fighter V, and it was a strategy here as well. Basically, you can walk back and make throws with. That's especially true against Oni because he has really short throw range. So Fudo stands up, but Oni's block string is crouching light punch, crouching light kick, crouching light punch. So by doing that in a really fast way, it was a true block string, which meant that Fudo had no way of mashing in between that string. And also, since he was walking back, he caught him. So it's an all-purpose string. You can't mash in between, and if you're walking back to bait a throw, you can hit your opponent. Look, see? And you gets a full combo. He did it again. You can't mash in between. Basically, if you did that in Street Fighter 4, if you did those really fast chains, it was impossible for the opponent to mash. And on top of that, if the opponent tried to mash, he would get hit. That's how true block strings worked. So you had a safety net. If you didn't know what to do, you could just go for a true block string. He fucked up the cross of Tatsu here. And now he's just controlling with forward light kick. Yeah, that's a command grab. Do you prefer Street Fighter 5 without chip damage? Yeah, I think chip damage is bad. Created some boring situation where you were doomed to die. Okay, now we get the conversion. The ambiguous cross-up, which wasn't very ambiguous here. But that was a safe jump, because, you know, Fei Long had a 4-frame or 5 frames, I don't remember, flame kick, so you could safe jump him all the time. Okay, so look at this. Look at this situation. This is something really in-depth. This is one of the things that made WoW so impressive. Look, he gets this, gets the overhead. The overhead is on hit, right? Listen to me now. The overhead goes on hit, so most people backdashed after getting hit by Oni's overhead. What he did is, he did standing light punch, standing medium punch, target combo. It's a target combo, like every character in the game. But what he did is, he did standing light punch, standing medium punch, and forward standing heavy punch as an option select in there, so that if the opponent blocked, he will get hit by a standing light punch, standing medium punch, target combo, which could go on hit or on block. And if it went on hit, if it hit your opponent, you could have cancelled it into Hado, into FADC forward, and into a full combo. If the opponent blocked, the target combo was safe, and you could cancel it into an Hado to get some chip damage. But if the opponent backdashed, the forward heavy punch would come out automatically. So it was another all-purpose string. Street Fighter 4 was full of this. That's why I felt so comfortable playing it, because I'm not very good at guessing, but if you labbed long enough, you could find these all-purpose strings that blocked almost every situation. So in this situation, all Fudo could do was mash any X reversal. But if he backdashed, he would have gotten hit by Oni's forward fierce. See, this is the target combo. And he was safe. If Fei Long backdashed, he would have gotten hit. That's a godlike whiff punish. Did you see that? I don't know why Food is not blocking here. He's probably trying something. See how tight WoW's block strings are. It's impossible to mash in between them. That's the forward fierce I was talking about. Now the conversion. Look at this. Look at how ambiguous this cross-up is. So that's why WoW was doing the heavy punch, which was not ambiguous at all. But he can switch last second by using this. By using cross-up Tatsu. This is just pure genius. Because usually what Fei Long does is he backdashes after this. So he does a godlike read by doing heavy Tatsu here, and he catches the backdash. And then there's the guaranteed chip damage. This was such an impressive sequence, I was like starstruck when I saw it. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes in this game that you can't understand at first sight. You need a guy that actually knows what he's talking about to understand how good these players were. Yeah, that was a read on the backdash. Just did roll Tatsu to catch him. Once again, perfect spacing on the on the forward light kick for Fudo. He failed the punish here. Good anti-air there. That's plus. That's a very good link. And now he went coast to coast. He was trying to bait a DP there with the backdash. See, the thing is, let me show you. You could study matchups and you could be perfect spacing wise. Look at Fudo in this situation. He gets the corner. Look at he backdashes and it's both a DP bait. It's both a DP bait, and he wants to be here because this is the perfect range where Oni's forward light kick would whiff, and Fei Long can control the space because in this situation, if he wants to go in, he can just use EX Rekkas. He can take a step forward and do crouching medium punch if the opponent hesitates. And if the opponent gets button heavy, he can do crouching light punch into light Rekka. And if the opponent jumps, he has all the space in the world to anti-air. So this is the perfect spacing for this matchup. In Street Fighter V, it just doesn't work like this. But in Street Fighter 4, there were key spots around the stage to control everything your opponent will do. See? See how he's buffering. He's waiting for that forward light kick. But WoW is not doing anything because he knows he can't do anything. That's why Fei Long was so strong in this thing. Look, still buffering. That's a Yolo cross-up slash. Only has that slash that can cross up in the medium and heavy kick version. That was the heavy kick version. That's godlike because you can bait DPs. So basically, look at this. This is pure genius. Basically, there was a mechanic in Street Fighter 4 called FADC. If you have 2 meters, like right here, you can do a EX reversal and be safe. So it was an invincible move and you can be safe. So Fudo is like, you know what, I'm gonna do it and be safe and get some space. Because even if he blocks, I have the meter to cancel it. But what WoW does is he does that Oni slash, which is DP with a kick button, and makes him whiff completely. If he whiffs, there's no way he can cancel it. He has to hit your opponent, he has to hit the opponent or get blocked. And now he gets the full combo. This combo was character specific and it was very hard. It was standing medium punch into a medium punch target combo. But WoW never dropped it. That's a very godlike tool too. But trust me, punishing a Rekka like this requires perfect spacing and perfect reactions. Once again, the string. Do you see how tight they are? The way he punishes Rekkas is impressive. Oh my, okay, we have to explain this. Oh my god, man. There's so much going on here. Look. He's buffering standing medium punch. That was something completely new for me. Look, he's doing this. He's doing standing medium punch into fireball. And you may argue, why is he doing that? Fei Long is so far away. Why is he buffering from this distance? Because he's waiting for a Rekka. Look at this. Did you see that? He hit him with the forward fears. Now he's plus, okay? Because he went on hit. And you had to respect frames in Street Fighter 4. It's not like Street Fighter 5. So after this, he did standing medium punch, because if the opponent Rekka'd, he would get hit by the whole combo, and that's exactly what happened. And that was something mind-blowing at the time. Look, see? He buffered standing medium punch into fireball. And then he gets the full combo. And this was another godlike attempt. See how godlike this player is with the reads. Basically, Yek's chicken wing was a way to get out of the corner, and it was safe if it hits you. It was, I think, 0 or -1, but it was safe. So Fudo wanted to hit him to be safe. What Wow did is he used crouching medium kick to low profile the EX chicken wing and punish it, but he fails. But the idea was wonderful. He low profiled it because he was expecting it, and then he did forward fears to hit him, but he failed. See, I mean, look at Wow's face here. Look at him in the left corner. He reels back because he's like, fuck, I didn't punish him. Hi Zarvain, choke Yolo. This Wow guy was something that we've never seen before. Well, yeah, Zarvain. I'm basically practicing to be a commentator. So I'm doing analysis on a game I know super well to practice. And to show you how good Street Fighter 4 was. Okay. This is where it gets intense. Once again, buffered crouching light punch to block the forward dash. This is the perfect spacing. Look at Food, he's always standing there. So if you were a scholar of the matchup, you're like, okay, against Oni, that's the sweet spot. That's where I need to be. Almost everybody. I think he went to grand finals or something like that. Did you see this? Like, this totally looked like a non-cross-up. But he has a command dash in the air, which is quarter circle back with punch. Look. Oh! And then he gets the corner. That's huge. He's buffering to beat Rekkas, see? And then he's in time to... This is Oni, pretty much. This is Oni's neutral. Forward light kick and forward fierce. He's trying to beat Rekkas. That was Godlike. He baited the anti-air so good, in such a good way. And that's Fei Long. You can beat fireballs from full screen. You were never safe. Never throwing fireballs against Fei Long with any X-bar. Yo, Talentino. That's why I'm analyzing it, Make. I'm gonna explain everything. This is another strategy. This is a very YOLO strategy, but sometimes it works. He did a level 1 focus, because if you do Rekka 1 and then Rekka 2, you can focus him in between. He tried to bait the flame kick again. That's a crosscut. See, he's always out of the Rekka range. It's much more controlled. Make or Make? He's trying... Look at how he's moving, okay? He's basically occupying a spot by moving around. Because, of course, you never have two players just standing there. But what he's trying to do is staying outside of the Rekka range. So this is Oni's sweet spot. Alright. He never throws fireballs because it's super risky against Fei Long. He just does it up close where he can't react. See, he's not throwing any fireball. Because he's not testing Fudo's reactions, man. You just don't do it. And now he cornered himself. Look at... Did you see this? How was Fudo ready for this? Look at this. Look at how ready Fudo was. Actually, this is something I didn't realize at first sight. See, every time you watch this game, you learn something new. I was like, why did Fudo do forward heavy kick on Oni's wake up? It's because he knows that if Oni wakes up with this, he makes Fei Long whiff, and then Fei Long can punish with forward withstanding fears. So it's a piece of tech. He did his own work, and it's an Oni specific thing. I didn't realize. Yo, Jundo. That's a very risky fireball. That's plus. I don't know what happened there. See, he tried to be cheeky here. Oh, wait. He wants to bait the flame kick, but you can't do it in the corner. And now he did, he did the forward heavy kick to bait the, I don't remember how that move was called. The move where Oni drops from the sky. He baited it again. So it achieves two things. It acts as a frame trap. I want to show you the Fudo tech. Look, it beats this if Oni wakes up with that move, and it acts as a frame trap at the same time. So it's a multi-purpose. See? It's a multi-purpose move, and it's Oni specific. And to see a guy that lapped the matchup, and this was a very obscure matchup because nobody was playing Oni, but Fudo knew about that. Probably no Fei Long player will know about that. And he's in the corner already. See how strong Fei Long was. Look at Oni was a monster, man. He gets the throw to get the setup. That setup can go in front, behind, or you can go for an empty low. Now he just needs to chip him away. Yeah. Easy. That command dash was to bait an entire, and he baited it again, but he dropped the combo. See, once again, crouching light punch option select, doing work. He mashed here. He's trying to bait. See, he sees a Fei Long with full meter, and he wants to bait flame kick FADC cancel. Once again, that dreaded, that fucking. Okay, he interrupted here. Well, he's extremely happy about this. He know he got away with murder. That's a godlike conversion. That's very hard to do. Looks easy, but it's not. That focus sucks. I think that's the worst focus in the game. It's very, very bad. That's an option select. That option select is very hard because it's not your average option select. Look at this. You need to do crouching light kick into a quarter circle forward punch, light punch. You can't do you can't do crouching light kick into crouching light punch into a Rekka because the Rekka is punishable, and if he blocks, it's hell for you. So basically you have to do a mini buffer and do crouching light kick, then a quarter circle forward, and then the light punch. What happens is on block the chain overrides the special. But if the crouching light kick whiffs, you get the Rekka. How can it whiff if the opponent backdashes? Because in Street Fighter 4, backdashes were invincible. That's the whole theory behind option selects. Basically, if crouching light kick whiffs, the Rekka comes out and punishes the backdash. If the crouching light kick doesn't whiff, you get the chain with the crouching light punch. That's an option select. It picks an option out of two based on what the opponent does. And he gets the Rekka here. That's not reaction, that's an option select. He gets the corner now. You don't get away with focus against Fei Long. That's, my god, man, that's so good. And he gets the full animation as well. That's gonna hurt. Did you look at that? Oh my god, that's so godlike. That's like out of this world. That's how, like, the decision making this guy has is insane. It's the most galaxy brain I've ever seen. Okay, let me explain you. Let me explain you what happened. This makes you learn so much about the game. So he's chasing him, okay? Two outcomes. He's not taking into account EX DPs, he wants to go in and it's a guess. But he went in with the Tatsu because if the opponent backdashed, he would have gotten chased by the Tatsu. Since the opponent didn't backdash, he pressed the button, he's already cancelling the Tatsu. So he's doing Tatsu into cancel. And it can only cancel the first hit of the Tatsu. The first hit doesn't connect if the opponent is backdashing. But it connects if the opponent is standing there. And if the opponent is standing there and gets a counter, you can combo after it. See? And that's why the whole crowd erupted. Because that was so galaxy brain. It basically beat the backdash and the buttons. See, this is the, like, you may argue, why is WoW not using forward heavy punch more? It's looking like a godlike move, right? Look at how godlike this move is. Because there was focus attack. And Fei Long had the best focus attack in the game. So if you abuse this, you can get heavily punished like this. See, yeah, now he's in the corner. Body mash, he doesn't wake up. See, this WoW guy, he had everything. The reactions, the tech, the craziness. Look at this. This is so much, man. Oh my god. Do you guys realize how hard this is? So he's buffering crouching medium punch into light Hado. Okay? But you need to like see it and then do FADC forward into Oni's Ultra. Oni's Ultra is not even easy to perform because it was not double quarter circle forward. It was double half circle forward. And look, it happens in a split second. He confirms it into a split second and he does literally the V-skill buttons into dash forward because that's the focus. Medium kick, medium punch. He confirms it visually. And then he does medium punch, medium kick, double dash forward, and then double half circle forward into a button. I mean into three buttons, sorry. Look at this. This is like, I lost my shit when I saw this. This is probably the hardest thing you can do in Street Fighter 4. Because Oni's super was harder than any other super in the game to perform. And he gets a big payoff of that. And this is like, imagine being in this situation where Nobody knew Oni's potential. Yeah, pseudo. Imagine not knowing what Oni can do. And all of a sudden seeing this guy. Because this guy was around for the longest time. Now they're replaying what happened. He was around for the longest time, but he only played in arcades. And there was a point system in arcades. And everybody was seeing this WoW guy in like top 5 in Japan in arcades, but he wasn't taking part in any tournament. So nobody knew what he could do with Oni. All of a sudden, since everyone wants to see him, they invite him to Topanga League, and he wreaks havoc with a character nobody knew. This is the most optimized Oni gameplay you can see. And you can learn so much by watching him. I remember having the urge of playing Oni after watching him. Once again, the food attack. Once again, the whiff punish on the Rekkas. He has a setup from this. No, he just plays it safe. Delayed grab. He tried tried to be cheeky, but it didn't work. Fuda's reactions are too much. Could overcome a bad matchup, sure. You could have real character specialists. This guy played Oni the whole Topanga League, and I think he got to grand finals by beating Fudo, people like Fudo, Momochi, Bonchan. And nobody knew him. Once again, he did the same thing with the medium punch buffer. Look at this. This is the option select I told you. Do you remember in the first game when I told you after the overhead? He does the overhead and then he does light punch and then medium punch and forward heavy punch at the same time. He does light punch and then forward medium punch heavy punch. The first time Fudo blocked, so the target combo came out. This time, Fudo backdashed after getting hit by the overhead, and look at what happened. That's an option select in a nutshell. That's the input. I explained you the input. Basically, if you were skilled enough, you didn't have to guess in this game. You could use option selects pretty much everywhere. That's safe. So basically he has super, so he can do Cara Demon, like Kage or Akuma in Street Fighter 5. It's the same thing. That's why he's saving super. He wants to do Cara Demon. He's buffering to do the same thing he did before, to beat the Rekka. But now Fudo knows that that's a possibility. So he's playing way more safe. And he's not doing as many Rekkas in the neutral. See, he's not doing Rekkas here. Only EX because it's easier. And that's the Cara Demon. Did you see this? It's very hard to see. But what he did, like, it's pretty much invisible. But what he did was forward medium kick into Demon. Cara means you cancel a normal into a super or a special to gain range. So this was not punishable by any means. If he did a regular Demon here, he was, look, he was so far. He was so far here. If he just did Demon in this situation, Fudo could have jumped away on reaction super easily because it has a travel time. But what he did is he Cara cancelled forward medium kick into Demon, and he was so fast that it's pretty much invisible. Look, you can see Oni slightly moving forward. He's not staying in place. Yo, combat butler outside. He almost pulled it off. Basically, the character slightly teleports forward. That's the effect you're looking for. That's in Street Fighter V as well. Like Kage has it, Akuma has it, even Nash has it on EX site. There are no Cara throws though. Cara throws turn Ken into basically Zangief. The thing I miss about Street Fighter 4 is those multi-purpose things, like option select or even tech like the Fudo's forward heavy kick. Fudo's forward heavy kick. Another buffer here. Overhead. That's just a body bag. He got butt raped here. He did the command grab to gain more meter. That was a very small optimization. And now he can just chill. WoW tried to do a heavy Tatsu to chase a backdash after the Rekka. It was a hard read, but it was dead anyway. Would have gotten chipped by Rekkas. Once again, you can dash in on Fudo with that buffer. Look, he's still occupying the space and buffering. That's a nice punish. Once again, the tech. Look, he's still buffering. He just occupied that space and controlled it. That's why Fei Long was so strong. That's FADC. See why Oni's focus sucks. Is being desperate now. There's no way what he does is gonna work. He's tilting a little bit. That's a frame trap. But Fei Long didn't press any buttons. Full stick of butter. That's a godlike wave punish on standing heavy punch. And this hurts. He gets the setup. Did you see that? Oh my god. So this was not possible in Ultra Street Fighter 4. Because in Ultra Street Fighter 4 you had delay wake up and you could make all setups with... In Arcade Edition 2012, basically there were setups like this all the time. That's... I don't even know how to block it. See? You take a slight step back after this knockdown. I'm gonna show you again. Look. You finish the combo with this, in this specific situation, with this specific combo. So you had to do an FADC into crouching medium punch, standing medium punch, into the target combo, into the chop move from the air. And you were in the perfect position. After this, you will have to take a slight step back with a crouching medium punch and then jump with heavy kick. It looks like a cross-up, but it hits in front. And since it's a heavy button, it's death. Look, this is not a cross-up. But and that's it. I like this, but it was a little bit unfair with characters like Cammy that had unblockables. So they patched it out in Ultra Street Fighter 4. And they added the delay wake-up. So those setups were non-existent in Ultra Street Fighter 4. But I thought they were hype. There was so much stuff. Yeah, of course you're minus after you FADC. What was my main character in Street Fighter 4? Dudley. And that's the beauty of forward light kick. You could still anti-air, you could block everything because it was a godlike normal, and since it was a light normal, you could anti-air everything. So you could really control space. See? That's exactly what they showed. Because the commentators knew their shit back in the day. Oh yeah, almost retro. Almost. But I mainly played Dudley and Elena. I had mains, unlike Street Fighter 5. That was unfortunate. You really see that the players earned their wins. And if you wanted to beat these guys, you had to play better than them. There was no way around this. As you can see, the damage is way lower, so you have to get in multiple times. But it was much more fair. Because in the end, it was almost always the best player prevailing. The better player had a bigger chance. So he's using more fireballs now, as you can see. You know why? Because he's looking at Fudo's meter and he knows that Fudo doesn't have any EX meter, any EX bars. So no EX chicken wing and no way around fireballs. I don't want to be a hater of Street Fighter 5. Here he baited the punish and he did a Yolo EX DP to bait the Raka punish. Yeah, if you started late or Landito, there was no way you could beat experienced players. It's pretty much like Tekken. I mean, you're not beating Ni in Tekken unless you are extremely talented. In this situation, he baited the backdash. He did an art read on the backdash because most Fei Long players are backdashing after chicken wing because they're minus and they want to get out of harm's way. That's a godlike punish. Oh god, my god, I was screaming at the monitor when I saw this. He was so ready. He was so ready for this. It was so good, man. Look. He jumps at him, he's baiting the anti-air, and he punishes with an ultra. Yeah, Orlandito, that's true. And then the Cara demon. I mean, you see, it's back-to-back godliness. This ending, man, it's... I mean, listen to the people cheering after this sequence. Like, nobody knew Oni back in the day. And all of a sudden, you see this against Fudo. So he does this godlike bait, then he dashes forward. And he whiff punishes with a fucking Cara demon. Listen to the crowd. Nice whiff punch on the crouching heavy punch there. He's playing it safe, he's not committing. That's a cross up. He's playing super safe. Wow, did you see that? Oh my god, man. This is just like alien level. Look. Did you see this? This is not a buffer. This is just pure reaction. And it's perfect spacing. Because if he was a millimeter away, would have whiffed. The grab. 3 chip damage. He tried the command grab, but it didn't work. Yeah, it was there were 2 major problems with Street Fighter 4 in my opinion. The ceiling and the 1-frame links were too much because it was like a closed circle of people. Basically, if you wanted to get into Street Fighter 4 and you wanted to get into a community, into a local scene that had experienced players, you had to suffer for literally 2 or 3 years before you could start winning 1-2 games out of 20-30 games. But there were so many like ranks of skill you had. There was so much, like there was low skill, more than low skill, average, more than average, like, and every tier beat the tier under it so consistently. And I mean, these guys were at the top of the food chain, so it was glorious to just watch them because you knew you couldn't replicate what they were doing. Like the punish that WoW did, I will never do it, even if I played Street Fighter 4 for another 10 years. So it was like I felt so humble compared to these guys that it was hype just watching them. And when they came to Italy in Milan, I think it was the best moment of my life because I could finally get to play them and challenge myself to see what their level was. In Street Fighter 5, really, I went to Rome and I played Bonchan, but I wasn't hyped at all. In this game, professionals were actual professionals. You're not doing what they do, even if you play for 15 years. You're not doing that. And you could see that. It's not like in Street Fighter 5, it's almost hidden. The skill is almost hidden because on screen, you always see the same shit. I'm not saying that Street Fighter 5 is not skill-based, but it's like you have to dig deep and deep and deep. In this game, it was apparent. When a player was godlike, you could literally see it on the screen. Everyone could see it. You didn't have to dig deeper to find like intricacies. It was literally before your eyes. When you saw something like that combo WoW did, and you know the basics of the game, you can go like, I will never be able to do that. Not even if I try in a million years and not even in practice mode. Even if I keep trying, I will never be able to do that. And Fudo is tilting here. And this is the max damage combo. Did you see that? This is like... It was so hype, man. This is the ultimate crack. See, Fudo is doing a reversal. Oni's like, he has full health. Full meter. And he does a combo starting from Fears, crouching Fears, and then the most optimal combo. Now he throws the opponent because he wants the setup. Oni had a setup here, which is backdash with standing light kick, and then he had an ambiguous setup, an ambiguous crossup. And that's exactly what he's gonna do here. Oh, with a crouching light punch. So, the thing that happened here is Fudo didn't want to guess left or right. So what he did is, expecting a cross-up, he did focus dash forward to get out of harm's way, but WoW landed in front, so he got a full punish instead. See? And that was the last round. Look at how glorious that last round was. So we have to contextualize it. It was the first time looking at a high-level Oni because nobody gave a shit about the character. Oni was such a meme that in tournament chats on Twitch, people were saying Oni's banned. That was an ongoing meme in the Street Fighter 4 community. If you look at some footage from, I don't know, 2011, 2012, 2013, and he went to Team Spooky streams. Every time there was a tournament, people were like, Oni's banned Kappa. Because the character was so underutilized that people were memeing about it. And all of a sudden, this guy comes out and beats Fudo with a round like this in a first to 7. So it's not even he randomed him out. It was a first to 7. How can you random a person out in 11 matches? And look, this is a Fudo. I think he just won Evo. I don't remember if he won Evo in 2012, but he is an Evo winner. No, I think he won Evo in Ultra. But I mean, he was a super strong player, and Fei Long was even stronger in Arcade Edition 2012. So you see that you're cheering for WoW because he's the underdog, and nobody knew Oni, as I said, and I was always cheering for the underdog. And you see a round like this. Look. I was screaming at the screen, man. Look at this. This is, of course they're showing this, right? Look, the Cara demon. My goodness, man. That crushing medium punch is a frame kill. Yeah, exactly. Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition 2012 was the game of the frame kills because you had so many different setups, and I liked it that way because you could lab forever and find new cross-ups, new ways to trick your opponent. And it was just glorious. They nerfed it in Ultra because I agree it was a little bit unfair with some characters. Not Oni, but like Cammy, for example. I remember a guy named Popey from Sweden. He beat Infiltration just by doing unblockables. Because there were some setups Cammy had where the game couldn't tell if it was a cross-up or not. Basically, she did a dive kick, and the game didn't know if it was a cross-up or not. So you couldn't block it either way. It was almost impossible to block unless you did a frame-perfect block. And that was a little bit unfair. But, I mean, the game was so deep that I want to show it to you. I don't even have a reason to do this, but I want to. I want to because I want people to understand how glorious this game is, and in the same time I can train as a commentator because that's what I want to do now. And so yeah, that's it. I think we're gonna do an analysis a day after playing ranked in Street Fighter 5, and I'm gonna explain you all the intricacies of this game, especially for the people that don't know them. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I really like doing this. I really like interacting with you, explaining things. Especially to people that didn't experience Street Fighter 4. Can you understand why someone that plays Fei Long chose to play Mika? I mean, Mika is a strong footsie character. But you have to consider the other characters Fudo picked. Birdie is the best footsie character in the game. Was the best footsie character in the game for a long time, and now that Birdie got nerfed, he switched to Poison. He wants to control the mid screen. That's what Fudo wants to do, and that's what he did with Fei Long back in the day. Thank you for the cheers, Expanding Man. I want to do this again. You see how excited I get by when I'm speaking about Street Fighter 4. So yeah, it was cathartic for me. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did. So thank you for watching, and see you. Not tomorrow. I need some time with my special one tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. I'll be seeing you there. Peace out.